DOJ released a video that at first everybody said they couldn't find a video of Cassie Ventura being beaten. They couldn't find it. It didn't exist. You saw one clip, and then you saw DOJ released another clip to the news. So the DOJ had that clip to begin with. So the people who are telling you that they don't have the Epstein file, they're full of shit. What other way do you want me to explain that? They're lying to you. The ones that are telling you, Pam Bondi, that she only had a little bit, it is bullshit. Bullshit. Because they told you the same thing. And now you're seeing it with the Sean Combs case. About him beating the hell out of females. I knew about the parties going on with multiple people, so it wasn't just Sean Combs. I knew about all of that, but I left early. So guilty. How many people did you hear say about Cassie Ventura that I knew that she was being abused? I knew that it was wrong. I knew what he was doing. The case that is on right now that you guys are seeing is out of New York City. Anywhere. Whoever tried just got painted a target on it. And whoever lied was exposed. I am grateful for the amount of people.
Girl, grab your popcorn because Allie Carter is out of hiding and she did not come to play. Baby, she just exposed a jaw-dropping $50 million 0-cent bribe that Diddy allegedly dropped to make that RICO charge vanish into thin air. Like poof, gone. And y'all, if you thought the justice system was even halfway legit, think again. This whole thing is way more corrupt than we could have imagined. So apparently, Diddy was out here playing it slick, sending payments to jurors' families and covering it up as charity donations through the church. Yes, girl, through the church. And guess who might have been helping him? The Kardashians. I kid you not. This is not Diddy's first time trying to slide his way out of trouble with money, but honey, this is definitely the most shameless attempt yet. And Allie, she's not letting this slide. Nope, she's spilling the entire pot of tea. Remember when Diddy got arrested? Yeah, that mess. This was the exact same strategy he used to silence witnesses and victims, and now he's allegedly using it again, but this time on the jury. He knew he couldn't make them find him innocent of everything, too obvious. So what did he do? He had them clear the RICO charge, the biggest one. Strategic, right? And get this, Diddy's sneaky donation game was actually sniffed out a while ago when people were looking into the Kardashians and their shady dealings with that weird church of theirs. You remember Kris Jenner's California Community Church, right? The one where members pay $1,000, 0 cents a month and donate more than 10% of their income as tithes? Everyone thought it was just another Kris Jenner tax scam, but turns out, sis, this church might be a cover-up for even darker business. Word is they're using that church not just to dodge taxes, but to quietly pay off victims of powerful celebs like Diddy. You heard me, victims. And who's on the board? Lou Taylor. Yeah, that same Hollywood manager who's worked with Diddy, Justin Bieber, and the Kardashians. It's all connected, babe. Money is flowing in the name of charity, but we all know what it really is, hush money. And since it's marked as charity, nobody's raising red flags. The corruption, too loud.
Y'all, 24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They are doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever. So I was like, let me look into this Lou Taylor person. I'm thinking Lou Taylor was a guy who was a woman with a husband, a whole husband. And they doing ministry and everything. Now, mind you, y'all remember the whole thing with Britney Spears? So come to find out, Lou Taylor... This gets deep, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so Lou Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. She's like a business manager icon. Now, Mike, do y'all know the Lohans? What's the Lindsay Lohan? So she apparently, allegedly, she has been behind most of these stars' conservatorship situations, especially Britney Spears. So before we talk about Britney, Mike Lohan, which is the Lohan girl, Lindsay Lohan's daddy, accused Lou Taylor and the mama Dina Lohan for trying to put Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship concerning her money. Also, allegedly, there's a lawsuit from 2021 with Astroworld tragedy, and she's being sued for employment discrimination. This is what this Lou lady is. Now, Lou Associates maintain intense control also over Britney Spears' life and money. And she was behind even the conservatorship of why Britney Spears had that conservatorship, because she ended up becoming the business manager and took over the financial pieces of Britney Spears' whole situation.
So according to Ally Carter, this is exactly how Diddy allegedly swayed the jurors, through strategic bribery. But oh honey, she didn't stop there. No ma'am. She went in on the prosecutors too, calling them out for never bringing up the children. Yes, children, y'all. Ally said she was almost called in to testify until they realized she was about to expose the sick things Diddy did to kids. And the moment they figured that out, boom, she was cut from the witness list, along with hundreds of others who were ready to share the vile, heartbreaking truth.
This is on the case. And I don't know if they even got through all of those witnesses, but Maureen Comey is the prosecutor of this case, on this case in New York City. And she never asked about the children. And, you know, there's so many people who wanted me to be a witness on this trial.
And let's talk about the trolls. Lil Boosie, Funk Flex, all these men defending Diddy and attacking Cassie like she's the villain. Ally went off. She said they're out here crying about Diddy's kids' mental health while completely ignoring the fact that Diddy allegedly abused other people when they were kids too. Ally was just 15 when she said Diddy assaulted her in his LA mansion. And Cassie? She was 19 when he started courting her. They were still basically kids, but nobody cared then, right? And now we're supposed to cry for his kid?
On the side of pedophiles, they keep calling Sean Combs' children, his twin daughter and his other daughter, You with me still? Yes? Okay. They keep calling them kids. The twins and the daughter is kids. They don't need to be in the case because they're kids. Cassie Ventura was not called a child. Everybody tore that woman apart because they saw a pregnant grown woman sitting on that trial telling her story that everybody covered up as she was 19 years old. People are addressing Sean Combs' kids as kids, but they won't address Cassie as a kid when this happened to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was 15 years old when I had dealings with Sean Combs. She was 19. You get me? Okay? We're not talking about the other children that were on this case. Now, as you guys are saying, I told you, the justice system is rigged. I don't know how many ways people need to say that, see it for themselves, research it, dig on it, and not understand that the justice system is rigged. And we've been saying that since the beginning. We went through court cases. We went through private investigators. This is how we have the insurance and the documents and the things and the receipts that we have, because we have been through this so many times before, where the victim is the one who gets the most hell and the predators walk. The amount of people that you've seen, I want you to stop and think about how many people were enabling this case.
Ally then dropped a bomb. She claims this whole trial wasn't even about justice. It was about public embarrassment. A little performance to humiliate him, then sweep the rest under the rug. She said the prosecutors never intended to actually send him to jail. It was all a sham. And guess what? The feds allegedly knew about Diddy's nasty dealings since the 2000s, but they let him keep going unchecked until Cassie came out with that lawsuit. That's when everyone started asking questions like, how did you all not know? To save face, they came after Diddy, not for justice, but to protect their own reputation. And it's not just the government. He called out everyone who stayed silent. Hotel staff who cleaned up after freaky parties, managers who deleted security footage, bodyguards who helped Diddy with his dirty work, even the DA who tried to deny everything until lawsuits started flying and from every direction. People had so many chances to speak up, but they didn't because they were getting paid. And
here, the DOJ released a video that at first everybody said they couldn't find a video of Cassie Ventura being. They couldn't find it. It didn't exist. You saw one clip, and then you saw DOJ release another clip to the news. So the DOJ had that clip to begin with. So the people who are telling you that they don't have the Epstein file, they're full of shit. What other way do you want me to explain that? They're lying to you. The ones that are telling you, Pam Bondi, that she only had a little bit, it is bullshit. Bullshit. Because they told you the same thing, and now you're seeing it with the Sean Combs case. They told you they just had a little bit of a video, and then it got released. That's on the DOJ. They lied to you. They told you that nothing happened, that this man, Sean Combs, was just this rap mogul that everybody loved. No, he couldn't have hurt nobody. He couldn't have did anything. And then all this stuff came out. Well, he did that. But yeah, he couldn't have did anything else. And then something else came out. Okay, well, maybe he did that too. But he couldn't have did anything else. And then something else comes out. How many people did you hear say, I left a party early? I knew about the abuse. I knew about children being there. I knew about him the hell out of females. I knew about the parties going on with multiple people, so it wasn't just Sean Combs. I knew about all of that, but I left early, so guilty. How many people did you hear say about Cassie Ventura that I knew that she was being abused? I knew that she was wrong. I knew what he was doing, but I'm just now speaking about it. Guilty.
Coward.
How many maids did it take to clean up a penthouse suite? Know that there was blood and glass everywhere, but they kept their mouth shut because they got paid. Guilty. So we're not talking, let's go back down to the bottom. The hotel manager that you guys never seen his face at first of this hotel, he heard the beat. He heard the screaming. He knew what was going on. He knew that Sean Combs was in there. He knew that he had other girls with him. He knew what was going on. He had the footage. He talked to the security. That hotel manager is who took that footage from the security and said, okay, hand me some money or help me be quiet. I'm going to shut the hell up. You did not hear anything from that hotel manager until now. But they told you, that hotel manager, if you would have went back then, they would have told you, no, we don't know anything. Cover up. Guilty. The security that were on shift that night, that knew about this footage, that knew he dragged her down the hallway, that knew he kicked her in the back and all over the place. The hotel security that knew about that, they looked away. They got paid off. Guilty. How many ways now the FBI that have had all of this information for a really long time looked away from it as well. Guilty.
And y'all, this part broke my heart. Allie said she nearly lost her mind when she found out Diddy might be walking away from this after everything she'd been through. Trying to heal from the trauma, she got pulled right back in when the case gained attention. She broke down, she cried, and honestly, who wouldn't?
Going anywhere. Whoever tried just got painted a target on it. And whoever lied was exposed. I am grateful for the amount of people. I wanted to give a damn about somebody saying they love me just because they love me. I didn't want anybody because they wanted me or my body or what they could do to me. I'm nobody's puppet. I'm nobody's toy. I'm nobody's punching bag anymore. And that's all I ever fucking wanted. Do you hear me? I have held my shit in. I've been a vault. I don't usually get upset. I try to just keep that shit going because what can I do? Nothing.
If you know anything about Allie, you know she's all about protecting the kids. That's her heart. So you can imagine how much this whole case is destroying her, not just because Diddy might be walking free, but because the children, they're not getting justice. She's spoken before about how some of these kids were stolen, chained, and used in satanic rituals by celebrities, all in the name of staying young and powerful. She saw this with her own eyes. Most of those poor children never even made it out alive. And the ones who did, scarred forever.
Graphic. But, Right now, I think a lot of people are not ready for someone to tell you that there are 3-4-year-olds that people take pride in sticking bars up children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs raise them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang children upside down in satanic ritual abuse meetings, and they literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood. There are situations that I don't think people are ready for. We're not touching the seriousness of trafficking. Like, the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so many people are quick to raise a sign and say adrenochrome, but you don't know what it means, and you don't know why it's such a thing, why it's such a strong thing in trafficking, and what makes it so strong. You know that they're drinking children's blood, but you don't know what they're doing to those children to make their blood strong enough to cause something to flip your system in order to keep you in the fountain of youth. No one believes that because it sounds like an unreal horror Disney movie that someone wrote. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is.
These babies were dragged into those twisted parties, no parents, no guardians, and subjected to unspeakable things. Traumatized for life, and you think that's the worst of it? It gets sicker. Ali said some of Diddy's so-called associates had a disgusting fetish. They'd pick out little boys and purposely give them food to mess up their stomachs. So they'd end up with severe diarrhea during these twisted freak-offs, and then these sickos would make the kids lay in their own mess while they filmed it. I mean, how do you even process that level of evil?
Watching an episode called Pig Night, when I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when
Pig
you
night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you are doing, or if you are a guy doing sex, you will shit everywhere.
Oh boy.
When this happens, your parents will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you on someone, you will have to lay in.
Now look, none of this is officially confirmed. We don't know for sure if jurors were bribed or if the FBI is involved, but people believe Ali. And honestly, with all this mess going on, can you blame them? One commenter said, "I'm praying for all the children to be protected, delivered, saved, and healed. God has put them on my heart." Another added, "Ally Carter's words are spreading. Her campaign is working. Patience and persistence are paying off." And now it's your turn. What do you think? Did Diddy really pay off the jurors? Was Ally silenced because she was going to take this case somewhere the prosecutors didn't want it to go? Let me know in the comments. And trust me, you're gonna wanna click here and watch the next messy video. This rabbit hole, it goes deep.